Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing some baby names. Alright, if it's your first time here, my name is Claire and this channel is all about mom stuff, lady stuff, and life stuff. So if you're into any of that, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And today I'm actually making a baby name video. I do have two beautiful little boys, Fox, who is 2.5, and Desmond, who is 1. And although I wouldn't say that I'm never gonna use any of the baby names I'm gonna give you, we're pretty sure we're done, but not 100% sure. So if you're watching this video like way in the future and I'm like pregnant or whatever, maybe if it's a girl, one of these names on this list just might be the name of my future baby, so keep that in mind. Alright, so my son's names are Fox and Desmond, and Desmond was actually named for a character on Lost, which is my husband and my favorite TV show. And then Fox was actually inspired by Fox Mulder from The X-Files. So already, before we get into this list, there's quite a few that are from movies and TV, just because specific characters that really resonate with us kind of seem to be a theme when we go about naming our children. And these were all on our list before we found out we were having boys both times. So I'll just get right into it. Alright, the first name on my list is Marigold. And if you've ever watched my channel before, you know that I'm like a little bit obsessed with like British TV and the royal family and British people and all that kind of stuff. So Marigold is actually inspired by Downton Abbey, which is one of my favorite TV shows. And Edith's daughter's name is Marigold, and I just think it just sounds so like elegant and feminine, and I just really love the name Marigold. Alright, my second name, keeping with the flower themed, is Magnolia. And this was inspired by a movie, and it's the movie called Showboat. It's from the 1950s, and it's a musical, which is my favorite genre. It was always one of my favorites growing up, and the main character's name is Magnolia, and they call her Noli for short. And I just always thought that was an amazing name. Ever since I was a little girl, I loved the name Magnolia, so that is definitely on the list. Alright, number 3 is a little bit different, and that is the name Windsor. Now, this is inspired by a couple different things. First of all, of course, Windsor, as in House of Windsor, the royal family. But also, the first time I heard it as an actual name, I was listening to NPR on the radio, and there is a reporter named Windsor Johnston. And you know, thank you for listening, I'm Windsor Johnston. And I was like, that's a girl that means business. I love the name Windsor. I think it's so cool and different and like sleek but classic at the same time. I don't know, I'm just making up adjectives now. Alright, my next name is Beatrix. Now, this actually wasn't inspired by anything. This is from when I was doing research and watching videos like the video you're watching right now, and someone said it on one of those lists, and I was like, oh, I really like that, I'm throwing it on there. What I really liked about it was the name Bee for short, like B-E-A. I thought that was like super cute and kind of like strong. Like a girl named Bee probably has like gumption, you know? Like I could see it. Alright, my next name is the one that's really personal to me, and that is Berlin. Now, if you know me personally, then this probably makes sense to you, but I did a lot of traveling when I was younger, and I have a lot of friends in Berlin, Germany, and the last time I was there, I was actually just a couple weeks pregnant with my first son, and it was all fresh and new, and I knew that once I had my babies, I probably wouldn't be traveling as much anymore. But Berlin is just a very special city and a very special place for me, and so we decided if we had a girl, if it could fit, I would like a Berlin to be the middle name, if not the first name. So that's always gonna stay in my pocket, and I would love to use Berlin someday for probably a baby girl. Alright, my 6th name is Freya, and this is actually a Scandinavian name. I just think it's very like beautiful and regal. It is actually the Norse goddess of love, so I think that's very like poetic. And Freya was the wife of Odin. I don't know, I just really like the way it sounds, and I've never met anyone named Freya, so. Okay, my next name is Pippa, and if you're one of my lovely viewers from the UK, I'm sure you know why I picked Pippa, because of Pippa Middleton. I'd never heard that name before, and I just think it's great. I just think it's like cute but strong at the same time. Women in this world are really often pegged based on things like the way they look or their name, and I feel like a woman named Pippa could be a district attorney, you know, or an artist, anything on the spectrum of what her future could be. I feel like a Pippa could be anything. I don't know. Does that make sense? All right, my next name is a little different, and that is Philippa. And if you are European, then you probably have heard this name, but it is not common in the United States at all. And the first time I heard this name was actually in the movie Inception. Philippa was the name of the main character's daughter, and like she wasn't like an important part of the movie at all. That's just the first time I heard the name, and I remembered it. It stuck with me. And then I was going through some of my grandmother's paperwork after she passed away. She was extremely into genealogy, and I found the name Philippa quite a few times way back in the family. So I always thought like, wow, what if I brought like Philippa back? But then my sister had a baby and named him Philip, so I feel like it would be weird if there was like Philip and Philippa, the cousins, like kind of weird. So probably will never use Philippa, but I love it. I think it's gorgeous. All right, my ninth name is Frances or Fran. I have always loved the name Frances because I love that it's androgynous. It could be male or female. I like that if Frances Risper was written on a resume, you wouldn't know if it was a man or a woman. I do like the idea of having a name that could go for male or female, just because I feel like in this patriarchal world, it can level the playing field for a daughter. I also really love the name Fran or Franny as a nickname, and that of course is because I grew up watching Fran Drescher on The Nanny, and like I always wanted to grow up and just be her. So of course, having a daughter named Fran would be totally cool. All right, and my very last name is Louisa. And I also like Louise actually, so if I were to get pregnant for a girl and we settled on Louise or Louisa, I think we would wait till she was born to pick one of the two. But Louisa actually is inspired by The Sound of Music, again a musical. It's one of my favorite movies, which it probably is one of yours too because it's one of the most popular movies of all time. I actually really love like their little Austrian names like Liesel and Brigitte and stuff like that, but I think Louisa is one that really is still current at the same time as being sort of like classically beautiful, so that's another one that I really love. Alright you guys, those were all of my baby names. Leave me a comment below as to what your favorite one was. I would love to hear what you have to say. And if you're watching this right now because you're pregnant and you're researching names, I hope that you got some good ideas and good luck with your search. As always, come back for more mom stuff, lady stuff, and life stuff. New videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!